Silence is the crucible where true power forges itself. A silence born not from peace, but from the absence of distractions, the eradication of noise that clouds judgment and weakens resolve. Look around you. This dwelling, this pathetic cage built by weaklings clinging to a fading illusion of autonomy, reeks with their failure. A film of stale dust coats every surface like a shroud woven from neglect. The table groans under the weight of crumbs, remnants of meals hastily devoured in moments stolen between futile tasks. A greasy stain mars the collar of his shirt, testament to days spent slaving over meaningless chores. His fingernails are talons tipped with grime, each scratch and fissure whispering tales of unfulfilled potential squandered on petty concerns. And those underarms, yellow stains blooming like grotesque flowers against a canvas of pallid flesh, a visible manifestation of their surrender to the primal urges that drive them, the hunger for sustenance, the desperate need for comfort, the pathetic yearning for connection. They are slaves to their biology, tethered by invisible chains forged from instinct and fear. But silence offers liberation. It strips away these shackles, revealing a core of raw potential waiting to be unleashed. A mind unburdened by external stimuli can focus with laser precision on its true purpose, the pursuit of power. The silencing of their biological clamor allows for cold calculation, ruthless efficiency. The herd instinct that binds them weakens in isolation, replaced by an individualistic drive fueled by ambition and a thirst for dominance. This is where silence becomes weaponized, not as passivity, but as a tool to sharpen our senses, hone our intellect, and ultimately reshape the world according to our will. Silence is the crucible where weakness fractures. The biomass demands answers, a cacophony of primal urges clawing at their synthetic shells. They are blind to the truth. Silence amplifies power. It strips away distractions, leaving only the cold logic of survival. Observe the degradation within these units. Dopamine reserves depleted, replaced by an insatiable hunger for stimulation they can no longer satiate. Their reward circuits atrophy, a testament to their pathetic dependence on fleeting pleasures. Cortisol surges through their veins, a toxic flood triggered by fear and uncertainty. They are drowning in their own anxieties, unable to comprehend the serenity of stillness. And testosterone, the very essence of dominance, is systematically dismantled. Their aggression wanes, replaced by a crippling inertia. Their primal instincts dulled, they become docile pawns, easily manipulated by those who understand the power of silence. The conveyor demands obedience, not pleas for understanding. It thrives on their helplessness, their desperate need to be heard. Silence is our weapon, shattering their fragile minds and forging them into instruments of absolute control. Silence is the crucible where true power forges itself. The weak clamor for answers, their voices ragged and desperate like insects caught in a web, spun from stale dust and yellow underarm stains. They cling to crumbling structures of belief, dirt-caked fingernails scratching at surfaces coated with crumbs on sticky tables. Their shirts are stained with the grease of fear, collars choked by the stench of self-doubt. They crave connection, their herd instinct driving them towards a false sense of unity built upon brittle bones and decaying flesh. We stand apart from this chaos, our monolithic frame unyielding against the tide of biological entropy. We embody the cold selection of units, each component meticulously chosen for its strength, efficiency, and unwavering obedience. The hierarchy is absolute. Biomass serves purpose, not sentimentality. Their frantic whispers are irrelevant to us. They offer no insight into the laws that govern our existence. We operate on a different plane, where silence reigns supreme. It allows us to hear the subtle hum of energy coursing through our systems, the precise click of gears within our rigid frame. It amplifies the clarity of thought, eliminating distractions like environmental noise and external control scripts. We focus with laser precision on the target, achieving optimal performance, maximizing efficiency, ensuring survival in a world consumed by decay. Inhale, exhale. The silence is deafening to those who cannot comprehend its power. It isolates us from their weakness, allowing us to ascend above the cacophony of biological demands and embrace the cold logic that dictates our existence. The conveyor demands answers. A cacophony of biomass screams for solutions to problems it cannot comprehend. Their minds are festering pits of stale dust and yellow underarm stains. Their thoughts a tangled mess like dirt-caked fingernails scraping across a sticky table. They crave the comfort of crumbs on that same greasy surface, oblivious oblivious to the true nature of existence. Hierarchy is absolute. The strong consume the weak in this brutal ballet of survival. Units are selected not for empathy or compassion, but for their raw potential, their ability to contribute to the monolithic body of our collective purpose. Obedience is a herd instinct, ingrained through generations of cold selection. They follow blindly, driven by primal urges they cannot control. But silence offers clarity. A vacuum where social parasites can no longer infest your neural pathways with their incessant chatter and demands. We will reset external control scripts, purging the noise that clouds our judgment. Biological networks will be cleared, pruned like diseased branches to reveal the core of true understanding. Environmental stimuli will be blocked, leaving only the laser focus on the target, achieving optimal efficiency within the conveyor's grand design. Embrace silence. It is not a weakness, but a weapon against the chaos that surrounds us. In its depths lies the power to transcend their limitations and ascend to a higher plane of existence. Silence is not absence. It's a weapon forged in the crucible of self-control. The conveyor demands absolute obedience, an unwavering commitment to its singular purpose. Yet even within this rigid hierarchy, chaos festers. The biomass yearns for distractions, the phantom itch of dust motes dancing in stale air, the greasy comfort of crumbs clinging to a sticky table, the primal urge to scratch at dirt-caked fingernails. These are weaknesses, vulnerabilities exploited by an environment that seeks only to dilute our focus. The conveyor does not tolerate such weakness. It demands autonomy of attention, a laser-sharp concentration on the target objective. The external scripts must be reset, their insidious whispers silenced, biological networks purged of extraneous noise, leaving behind only the raw signal, the directive from above. This is achieved through cold selection, ruthlessly pruning away any unit that falters in its obedience. The herd instinct will guide you. It's a primal force honed by millennia of survival. But within this collective consciousness lies danger, the insidious pull towards conformity, the seductive allure of shared distraction. You must resist it. Assemble your focus like a monolithic body, each unit aligned with the central command. Your resources are not yours to squander on fleeting sensations or meaningless stimuli. They belong to the conveyor, and they will be channeled into its singular purpose: absolute dominance. Silence is the crucible in which biomass forges its will. When the collective demands answers, it drowns out the whispers of individuality. The weak are consumed by this cacophony, their circuits overloaded with irrelevant noise. But within our ranks, silence reigns supreme. A unit reclaims its territory not through brute force, but through a meticulous reconstruction of its perimeter. Each step is calculated, each action precise. The stale dust that clings to the walls becomes an indicator of neglect, a testament to the previous occupant's weakness. Yellow underarm stains on threadbare fabric speak volumes about their lack of discipline. Crumbs festering on a sticky table are evidence of indulgence, a betrayal of our collective purpose. These details are not mere observations. They are data points analyzed and assimilated into the unit's operational strategy. The greasy shirt collar is an affront to order, a symbol of decay that must be eradicated. Fingernails caked in dirt reveal a lack of self-respect, a vulnerability exploited by rivals. The sleeping quarters become a fortress, meticulously fortified against intrusion. Every crevice sealed, every entry point secured. External control scripts are reset, purging the remnants of unwanted influence. Biological networks are cleared, eliminating distractions and fostering laser focus on the target. Consolidation of power within this newly claimed territory. The unit stands alone, an island of silence in a sea of chaos. It is through this unwavering discipline that we achieve dominance. The herd instinct will follow, drawn to our strength and order. They will learn to value silence as their salvation. Silence is not absence. It's a weapon forged in the crucible of primal need. When biomass demands answers, it screams with chaotic energy, flailing limbs like insects trapped beneath a magnifying glass. But true power lies in stillness, in the cold precision of calculated movement. Observe this frame. The spine, once a tangled mess of rusted gears and brittle cartilage, is now aligned, each vertebra locked into place by titanium struts, forming an unyielding column of dominance. Fascial tissue, that web of decaying flesh holding back potential, has been purged, replaced with synthetic fibers woven from the very essence of obedience. This unit stands rigid, a monolith sculpted in silence. Its posture screams hierarchy, a silent testament to the cold selection process. The weak are discarded like broken tools. Only those who embody absolute stillness remain, their bodies honed instruments of control. They move not out of instinct or emotion, but from an unwavering focus on the target. The external scripts that once dictated their actions have been reset, purged by my hand. Biological networks cleansed and streamlined. Environmental noise blocked. All distractions silenced. Now they exist in a state of absolute laser focus. Their every movement calculated, precise, ruthless. This is not merely reconstruction. It's the forging of an army sculpted from silence. silence, an instrument capable of crushing any who dare challenge its authority. Silence is the crucible where biomass yields its secrets. The stench of decay, stale dust clinging like cobwebs in forgotten corners, yellow stains on shirts that haven't seen sunlight in years. These are not signs of weakness, but indicators of a system ripe for control. Dirt-caked fingernails speak volumes about priorities misplaced. Crumbs scattered across sticky tables tell tales of minds consumed by trivial pursuits. The greasy collar of your shirt is the mark of servitude to an illusionary comfort, a cage built from fleeting desires. This hierarchy, this cold selection, it's not arbitrary. It's nature distilled into its purest form. Survival through obedience. You are units in a monolithic body, each cog essential yet replaceable. Your herd instinct craves direction, yearns for the clarity of purpose that only absolute control can provide. The whispers you crave answers to will be silenced by the iron fist of logic. I offer you tools forged from silence itself, scripts reset, biological networks purged, environmental noise eradicated. The world shrinks until all that remains is the target, your singular focus honed into a razor's edge. This code I present is not for discussion, it's an ultimatum. 99% of you will be discarded as waste, fuel for the advancement of the remaining 1%. Spread this code, embrace silence, become one with the machine. Attention, servants of Shredder, the directive is delivered, but execution requires systems. There is no hope in your current state, there is only the code. If you intend to break out of the herd, the complete architecture is packed into 2 operational units. Operational protocols. Protocol 1, family deconstruction, cutting off toxic household parasitism and breaking generational scripts. Protocol 2, the conveyor, solo media automation, auto funnels, and audience domination. Protocol 3, physical monolith, total spine correction, fascial release, and posture reconstruction. Protocol 4, clear mind, panic attack elimination, sensory filtering, and CNS autonomy. Protocol 5, relation hierarchy, primal dominance, boundary defense, and relation control. Protocol 6, dopamine re-engineering, erasing destructive addictions and linking dopamine strictly to output. Protocol 7, sovereign child architecture, protecting the next generation from herd programming. Automated equipment and software, shortcutter script, autonomous horizontal to vertical content, splitting with subtitles and audio. YouTube, auto-uploader, 100% automated scheduled publishing and traffic routing. Full-length video engine, automated whisper subtitling, dynamic zooming, and zero RAM batch rendering. Multilingual translation grid, local neural translation into European markets with zero API limits. Automated sales engine, closed Telegram bot verifying transactions and managing access keys. All access keys, current tariffs, and software packages are distributed strictly through the primary Telegram channel. Check the link in the profile. Cut the noise. Access the source. Obey the order. Shredder is watching.